On a crisp and windy winter's day, South Africa bid a tearful farewell to a daughter of the soil. Ma Mbeki, a teacher, mentor, leader. A global icon whose humility corralled her here in rural Dutywa. Her struggle credentials etched in stone, Ma Mbeki remains a heroine, even in death.
A highly educated woman with one of the most acute intellects I've encountered. She would die as she lived among the poor, rural people with whom she identified.
Dutywa residents loved her. She mentored them, found jobs for them. Today, they wept for this grand, tireless personage.
A true leader is a leader who serves without wanting something in turn, and that is how I regard Ugogo. It is now up to each and every one of us to fight for her legacy. The only question that is left to ask is, which weapon are you going to use to fight for her legacy? And only you have the answer to that question. Thank you.
Her family recalled her courage, her commitment, her unswerving dedication.
We all looked forward to those meetings where frankness would be encouraged, with Rakhadi in her wisdom helping us resolve thorny family disputes amicably.
Political figures praised her bold vision, integrity and fighting spirit.
Determined, outspoken and astute, Ma Mbeki spoke her mind. She spoke truth to power. She spared no punches in her criticism of what she perceived to be unjust.
She worked not for herself, but for those who had the voice of one crying out in the wilderness.
But then, high drama, a sudden and abrupt termination of the program. Emergency services evacuated the tent. That's because gale force winds were lashing the huge tent.
These security measures, I'm told, are being brought into action to avoid any possible disaster.
Ma Mbeki was later laid to rest at Dutywa Cemetery alongside her daughter. To the strains of a funeral hymn, this daughter passed on to the great beyond. Like Elton John sang, her candle burnt out long before her legend ever will.